Jim, I love riding motorcycles, especially these BMW off-road motorcycles. I think it's cool and it's challenging. But when I came here, I was thinking that maybe one of the things that you were going to teach me was, how to drive on a dirt road at maybe, 40, 45 miles an hour and kind of skid my rear tire around and counter steer. Because I've seen them do that on TV, and I thought, well, maybe that's what I should be, trying for, because I'm a little intimidated to do that normally. I thought that looked cool. But you're not going to teach that to me today, are you?
What do I think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It's funny. There's two things I feel like I have to say, and one is this. People learn early on in life that momentum is their friend when it comes to two-wheeled things. When you're a little kid learning how to ride a bicycle, you figured out that as soon as you could get that thing going fast enough, it would almost balance itself. It was much easier to ride it fast than it was to ride it slow. But there's no one single thing you can do more to get yourself in trouble than trying to do crazy stuff with these big bikes. It's one thing to be in a panic situation and try to slide the bike sideways to scrub off speed to save yourself from an accident. And it's another thing to kind of just be clowning around in the backcountry. And here's the real crux of it. When you're in a controlled environment and you know everything about the terrain around you, you can goof off and experiment and try to learn things about sliding and having some fun.
Push the limits a little bit.
Absolutely. But you should only push the limits in a controlled environment, because you never know when. You're on that backcountry road, it looks like it's got a nice layer of sand or gravel and it looks just perfect. That maybe you can drift the rear end up, but then all of a sudden there'll be about a 4-foot patch of hard-packed clay where you've got instant traction and bam, you'll high side, and you can't see it coming until it's too late. If you're going to be a safe rider, if you're going to be a smart rider, the real win at the end of the day is to get home or get to your campsite or get to your hotel safely and in one piece. And 90% of the time, if you're clowning around, you'll make it. And it's that 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 20 times when you think everything is ducky and you're just goofing off and you're having a good time, and suddenly you're on your face with the bike on top of you and you don't know what happened. And so
people have probably died even doing that.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of ugly stories that happen. Accidents are typically predictable and preventable, and in this world, with a bike that weighs 3 times more than you do, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Ride safe, ride within controls, and one of the things that I always tell riders on our tours is ride at 80% of your ability level, because if you leave yourself a 20% margin of error, both with speed and what you know your basic abilities are, you will almost always be able to get out of a bad situation when something comes up unexpectedly. So you make the call, but I'm a safe rider. I prefer not to go to the hospital.
So at the end of the day, the real cool factor is in finishing the race, coming home, being in one piece, and being able to ride the next day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Save your money for having fun, not fixing your bike or going to the hospital.
Now that's a Cutlery high performance tip that'll keep you safe and keep you riding a long time.